What is up, Need for Speed Racers? It's your wheelman Alex Cornnut. We're here with an A-Class Insanity build. My boy Gil has had this car for a few days. We've been testing this one with some of the other vehicles in the space. There's kind of a formula that you can make most of the Lamborghinis pretty cheesy in A-Class, and that's what this is. But this is the most cheese, the dankest cheese of all the Lamborghinis that you can build right now that we have found. So I want to bring it to you. I want you to see what's up. Stay tuned to the end. I'm going to compare this one to some of the other vehicles in the A-Class so you can get a baseline on if you want to build one of the cheese cars so you have one of the busted ones, you can decide which one's best for you so that way you're not blowing over $1 million to build a few of them. So let's try to save everybody some in-game money. But if you're balling out of control and you just have dollars to spend, build them all, see which one you like the best. But I think that this one's probably the upper echelon of what is good. So let's dig right in, see what we can do. So for the engine in the Lamborghini Huracan Performante 2017, we are running the 4.4 liter V8, 641 brake horsepower. It's the sport motor. From in the parts, we're doing regular sport bronze induction. We are doing elite platinum ECU. We are doing pro silver brakes. We are doing sport bronze exhaust. We are doing elite platinum screw supercharger. We tried this build with the root supercharger, but it took down the top speed by 1 mile an hour. We are playing with a cheese build. You want to have as much of that top speed as you can get. 130 is the highest you can put any car in the cheese. Once you get above 130, if you make a car that goes 131, it immediately takes it up to whatever class it's kind of supposed to be in. So in this case, like there, that turbocharger makes it do 132, boop, right to S class. And so this car really does belong in S class, but we've got it in an A class. So if you want to go piss everybody off and drive a really fast car, this is probably the one. But anyway, platinum, elite, root supercharger. Excuse me, screw supercharger. Just sport, basic bottle on the NOS. We do the elite road suspension. We do just gold super brakes. That's what comes stock. We do elite platinum grip tires. We tried the road tires. They took down the top speed. It's not as good. We get it comes with the elite clutch. Just leave that there. You are going to go to the 5-speed transmission. Any other transmission puts you into the moon and the stars with the class. No reason to change the differential. With this build, it's full grip, so save you a little money there. Auxiliary is up to you. I do nitrous grip, nitrous near miss. Handling, we are all the way to the left. We're 100% grip on that one. Steering sensitivity, I'm running 3 clicks high on my cars now. I find they turn in a little better. There's a lot of snap oversteer, so sometimes you'll fishtail out. So if that's happening to you, turn down this slider a little bit, maybe try it in the middle. But I'm running 3 clicks high. Downforce all the way up on this car for me. You can play with this slider and put it anywhere, and it will stay in the class. It has the same stop speed regardless, so why not have a little more downforce? Traction control off, gas tap on. That's how I'm playing with it. If you are doing full grip builds and you're not working on the micro drifts, do drift entry off. But for me, I've been doing gas tap. That's what some of the elite players are doing. Cube, Water Blob, some of the other guys that are just like top tier times. If that's what they're doing, I'm trying to get on that level, so I'm learning. We're having fun, but there's a different style to play with that. I'll probably do a tech video on that later on. So all that being said, that's going to give you the 2017 Lamborghini Huracan Performante A-Class 209, handling 100%, traction, all-wheel drive 100%, top speed 130, 0 to 60 in 2.1, horsepower 887, max torque 849, quarter mile 97. Big shout out to my boy Gil. This is his build. We tried a bunch of different builds. We've got 4 different Lamborghinis we were playing with, a bunch of different engines. Millions of dollars was spent on this car in the lab by my boys. This is the one. And Gil had it first. Like, after Gil built it and brought it to us, we're like, okay, that's pretty sick. What other cars are there? Let's try a few others. And none of them had as good as stats. Like, they were close. There's a lot of close, but none as good. I think this is the best based on our testing. There might be one out there that's better, but we couldn't find it, at least in the short period that we've been working on this the last few days. And we're not one to sit on a car for weeks and then bring it to you late. If we get something, we want to bring it to you immediately so you can have it. I will compare it really quickly to a few of the other cars in the A class, so that way you can see. The easiest way for me to do that is if I go to the sell tab and I go by rating, I can just go get all the A cars right next to each other. So we built this one the other day. It's pretty fun, does 130, but it suffers on the horsepower and the torque, quarter mile 10.6. This Evo, I haven't done a build video on it, but a lot of people have, so I've kind of ignored there's no reason for me to duplicate someone else's content. The Pista is right there. The Pista's got the most horsepower out of any of these. 999 A-Class. 991 on the torque. I've got a build video on this. Go check it out. Quarter miles 10.3. The fact that it is rear-wheel drive hurts this car on the launch. So it's really between the Pista and the Lamborghini. They're both right there. Lamborghini has a lot better quarter mile, so that's why we also don't do nitrous on this car, you guys. You don't need it. You get to 130 and you just sit there and hang out on the rev limiter. So there's no reason to have nitrous because you'll never need it. But the grip, the handling, you do need that. That's why we build the car the way we do. So there's a little bit of an explanation of why we don't have that. The only other cheese car that I've got currently built that I can show you is this NSX. Horsepower 920, torque 1063, quarter miles 10.1 though. Our quarter miles 9.7. So I think this is better than the NSX. Top speed's 130, 2.4 on the 0 to 60, 2.1 on the 0 to 60. So I would say that the Lamborghini is better than this. I feel like the Lamborghini drives a lot better, but that's kind of personal preference. If you want to see a build video of mine on this car, I can give it to you. I can drop that in the next coming day. Just drop in the comments if you're like, hey, I'd like to see the NSX. I'll give it to you guys. I'm not gatekeeping this stuff. It's just I really only want to bring you what I think is like the premium cream of the crop. That Porsche was a fun car, and like not a lot of people were running or doing videos on it, so I was like, this one needs to go out there. The NSX I think is pretty well known. It's pretty easy to do what we've done here. But anyway, let me know what you think. Try out the Lamborghini. I think it's really quite good. We've been having a lot of fun building these cars. There's a lot of different ways to skin a cat. I think this is one of the best. Let me know what you think. Give it a try. Big shout out to my boy Gil. Thank you for being part of the community and tuning these cars with us. My other boy Nil, Nil, he spends a lot of time in the lab with these cars. Once somebody brings us something, him and myself, we dig into it. Neil a lot more than me. He spends a lot of hours. Tuning is the boy's game. He loves it, and he's a scientist in the lab. I've surrounded myself with the best people by accident. They just showed up and were like, hey, I want to play, and it's like, let's go, guys. And so when I bring you something, it is not a me, it is a we, and you can be part of the we. Come and hang out, join my Discord, come and hang out on stream with us, be a part of the community. We love taking on as many fun people. Like, you don't have to be a builder, don't have to be a great racer. We're looking for somebody that likes to do raps. We're trying to find some like Cornnut crew raps out there we haven't really done yet. So, you know, if you like to make raps and that's your gig, come and hang out. We don't discriminate. Fast, slow, console, computer, lots of money, no money. If you want to come and race with us, we want to have you along. We've got guys in Discord all the time. We're always racing. I've got 11 people on there right now that are all in the same lobby playing together. We fill up servers all the time, and we have a lot of fun. So thank you for coming and hanging out. Thanks for staying to the end of the video. Have a great rest of your day. Bye-bye.